Welcome back to the Pink Craft Studio. Today we are diving into a craft that has me longing for that sweet summertime. So today we're going to bring the beach to you in the form of magical mermaids. Paper dolls have been around forever, and I bet if you ask your mom, she probably played with a few in her day too. So today we are creating our very own summertime version of a paper doll, mermaid style. So let's find out what all we're going to need for this craft. I'm having so much fun using egg cartons this week in the studio, and this craft is no exception. Today, we are going to need egg cartons, a thin piece of cardboard. I use the top of a box for my pantry, but you could use a tissue box or a pasta box, a pencil or marker, paint in 3 or more colors, paintbrushes and water, hot glue, some sort of ribbon, yarn, or thread, and either paper or felt. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive into this craft.
Step 1. Let's start by cutting out our egg cartons. To do this, you'll want to cut in between the rows like so before trimming around the sides to make half of a sphere. This will make the main part of our tail. Continue to do this until you have 6 to 8 circles for your mermaid tail. Now that we have the length of our tail cut, let's move on to cut the bottom of our fin. Cut out one of the spots that an egg sits in. This time you'll want to keep as much of the sides as you can. Fold it flat and cut along the edges to form a fin-like tail shape. Okay, now we need to cut the top of our half circles. To do this, cut about 1/3 of the way down and create a hole in the top of our spheres like so. Do this to all of the bottom pieces. Put all but one of your cut cartons aside and let's create the top of our mermaid. To do this, we need a really thin piece of cardboard. I use the top of a box in my pantry. A tissue box or noodle box will work too. Using a pencil, start to outline what you want your doll to be shaped like. To start, take the one egg carton that you've held out and measure the width of the hole that we cut. Mermaids like to swim and dive, so I drew her arms facing up. In this step, I'm continuing to sketch out the top of my mermaid. Remember, I'm using a pencil to start because it lets me make changes and adjustments as I go. Once you've created the outline of your doll, now I'm going to grab a pen so I can show you in dark marker what my doll shape looks like so you can get a good idea. Now it's time to cut. Grab your scissors and cut out along the lines that you just created. Okay, now that everything is all cut out, we're ready to decorate. Let's set up our paint station. I'm using a pink and purple color palette for mine. First, I'm going to paint my mermaid's body. I'm using pinks and yellows to create a skin tone, but you can use whatever color you would like. Blues, pinks, purples, whatever, because mermaids are magical. Here, I'm mixing the color for the paint of my body. I love getting to mix paint to see different colors that we can create. A little bit of white, a little bit of pink, and a little bit of orange and yellow creates a perfect skin tone for my mermaid. While I wait for her body to dry, we can start to paint the fin. I'm going to be alternating my mermaid's tail with 3 colors. So let's start with light pink. I'm going to paint 3 of my circles with the pink paint. And we're on to our second color. Here I'm using purple. I'm going to use this color to paint both the middle of her tail as well as the top of her tail and her fin. Now we paint our third color. You know I couldn't have a mermaid without something sparkly, so here I'm using a metallic darker purple to go with our color palette. Okay, while we wait for all of our pieces to dry, let's create the top of our mermaid's outfit. Measure how wide your construction or your felt needs to be by placing this on top of your doll form. I cut out mine in the shape of a sideways 8. Then, once you have the shape cut out, place a little hot glue on the back and glue it to your doll form. You can add more detail to the top of her suit. I, of course, added sequins to mine. Now that our mermaid's all put together, let's add a little color to her face. I'm going to use a bright pink paint to add her lips with a small paintbrush. Of course, we can't forget her hair. All mermaids need pretty hair. To add this, I'm going to use a twine that has gold strands in it. You can use yarn or thread here. Place a small layer of hot glue on her hairline and start to add strands. I like big hair, so I'm going to add more strands and layer them on top of each other. Once you've added the amount that you want, you can cut her hair however you like it. And that's it. Add any other touches to her suit and her hair that you want to make her your own.
And there you have it. You just made your very own handmade paper mermaid. This craft was a swimming good time for me to create. By using the same supplies that we used the other day for our fun little fish and a little bit of imagination, we were able to create something so different than our last project. What else do you think you can make out of these exact same supplies? I can't wait to see. Make sure to tag us at #craftingwithc so we can check it out. Okay, you guys, we're going to go scheme up our next project, so we'll see you back here soon. Okay, you all know the drill. Let's do a quick cleanup. Make sure your paint lids are tightened, your brushes are clean, your extra paper and your cardboard are recycled for the win.